Welcome to Second Listen Saturday on the Parenting Roundabout podcast, where we share some fun moments from a past episode for your weekend listening pleasure. Look for new episodes every Monday through Friday. Today, our topic of obsession is AirPods, an item that I must admit I do not exactly know what that is. So, is this a thing, you guys? You're obsessing about? Your kids are obsessing about? I'm obsessed with knowing. What the heck are AirPods?
Yeah, well, they're definitely something that in my kids' worlds right now are a big deal because they represent a variety of things.
Do tell.
Convenience and, level of how much you want to interact with somebody. And,
but explain what they are. It's
explain
wireless
what they are.
headphones.
For those of us
right?
with older children who are not hip.
Yeah, they're basically just earbuds like that you would get. And they don't have the wire. They're wireless, right?
Ah, all right. So I do know what those are because my son was angling for some for Christmas, and I looked up how much they cost, and I noticed how easily they would be lost, and I said no. And I bought him some headphones with wires.
Yeah.
Like they're meant to be.
We've already turned, my son, we got him some for Christmas he'd asked for, and then my daughter, we got her some for her birthday that she had asked for, but I am regretting it immensely because we've already turned our house upside down like 1,000 times looking for these AirPods. They're so ridiculously small, and I mean, they're convenient.
Like the ear version of when I had hard contact lenses and they would just pop out and disappear in a blink, and then everybody would be on the floor looking for them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they're easily lost. And but it's the thing, right? Like I don't know.
They're definitely a status symbol right now.
Yes.
My parents love me enough to get me something expensive that I'm going to lose within the week.
Yeah. And that was the other part I was going to say is that the kids are enjoying flexing them at school and at the gym.
Wow. Are your kids into this too, Catherine?
Well, just the other day, as my son was leaving the locker room after hockey, I could hear that all of the whole entire team was in there talking about AirPods.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I just heard the word AirPod, like, a whole bunch of times. And the dad who had been in there was like, AirPods, like, grumbling about it.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, and the like 1 or 2 years ago edition of this was the Beats headphones, right?
Also overpriced.
And and so both of my kids have those as a gift from their grandparents that Christmas because one of them asked for it, and then I was like, "Oh, you better just get both because otherwise we're." And so now it just means that the second my son walks in the door, those things go on his ears, and then you can't talk to him anymore for the rest of the day.
Yeah, I mean, as an old person, I generally do not approve of such things. But the one thing that's nice about them that you can't really necessarily see if somebody has them in or not is that I have a kid who talks to himself, and now he might just be singing along to something or having a phone conversation instead of being a person who talks to himself. It makes it less obvious for people. So that's cool. I like that. If people can be just walking around bopping to their music and you don't necessarily see that they have headphones on, it normalizes a lot of behavior that has actually nothing to do with that. So thank you for that. Otherwise, though.
Well, it's like when those little headsets came out where people would have those tiny things in their ears and they'd be on the phone.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So
no, they're definitely
stealth listening devices make things a little bit easier for people with unrelated behavior issues.
See, there's a positive side that you would not necessarily have known about.
That's right. That's what we bring you on this podcast. A little different way of looking at things. But I feel kind of bad that I didn't get them for Christmas because there's absolutely nothing else he wanted or asked for. And I found other things to buy him, which he is now not doing anything with. So maybe I should have just coughed it up, but
Well,
but I don't know. With how tiny they are, it's just...
Yeah, it just seems like such a bad idea.
But he's pretty good with keys, right? Like, he doesn't lose keys and stuff.
Yeah, he is, but these are even smaller than that. And they're the problem is not, I mean, when he was using them, I think you'd be very careful with them. But at some point, you have to put them down somewhere.
Yes.
And that, I think, is where the system breaks down.
Well, my son, after we turned out, the house upside down yesterday for the millionth time, he's since, because you can get a little case that attaches, then it has this clip that you can attach to your keychain.
Yeah.
And so you put the AirPods in the case, and then the case goes on the keychain, and he attached a tile inside the case so as long as he can get the earbuds from his ear to the case,
yes,
he's fine.
I think that is another weak point in the system. Because you're just going to take them out for a minute to talk to somebody, and you put them down on the chair next to you, and then they get eaten up.
Right.
Or, by the sofa cushion or by the cat, one or the other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. I'll let you know.
Yeah.
And are they really like all that? I mean, are they so amazing that that's why everyone wants them, or it's just because they're the hot thing?
Well, you don't have the whole wire thing going on, which is nice.
Right. That's appealing. Because those wires are annoying.
I mean, it's just convenience. It's just the next level of convenience, right?
Yeah.
So if you're a person that seeks that stuff out, great, you'll like them. Mm-hmm. But if you are happy living your life with wires and cords...
should be a happy medium somewhere in between those two things.
But I kind of get it, because the last time I was on the plane and I was like trying to... I mean, we had pretty much... By the time we had taken off, and then by the time I entangled my wires to my earphones, we were already landing, so... Yes.
That is seriously annoying. That would be tempting. But did you say they have to charge?
Yeah, because they're wireless.
Well, how do you charge them?
They charge in their case, and then you then you use your phone plug-in to plug into the case.
We've already got so many things charging in my house. I don't know. That would be a problem. They need to charge out of the brain waves in your ears or something like that. Is there some electricity associated with the human body that they could charge from?
Wouldn't that be nice?
I don't know.
I like that idea, Terry.
Yes, I think that work on that, Apple.
Somebody needs to get on.
It should be tied into your, your Fitbit or something like that, so that the more steps you take, the more charged your headphones get. Mm-hmm. And then kids would take care of the, child obesity problem. It's just like your headphones are running out of juice. Go run around, honey.
You need to run around the block treadmill a couple times. Unless it's snowing, then you should stay home.
Just walk around the house and drive mommy crazy. Then again, maybe not a good idea. But
yeah.
Well, we'll see how long they last.
Last both as a fad and as an item that you can find.
That's right.
In your house. Which I would bet.
Exactly. That will determine their value.
Yeah, right. You can imagine a lost and found drawer someplace that's just 50 AirPods. How would you ever identify?
And what happens if you lose one? That's you still listen to one.
Yeah. Yes, and you have to go through life in mono instead of stereo. It would be a tragedy.
We need to attach a mom value to these items.
Yes.
Our scale of are they worth it or not?
Yeah. It's one of those things that's I like the concept of it, but the reality of it would be, just full of problems. That's kind of my thing. I see the problems in everything.
Well, it's true because, if you're like me and you live with a house full of people and animals with ADHD and ADD.
The people and the animals
both. The world is constant chaos.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.